This week in post, range masks in Lightroom. Hey everyone, I'm Scott Davenport and welcome to In Post. Thanks for joining me today. Really quick, dates for fall 2018 workshops have been posted. They're on my website. And if you'd like to come shoot with me in either San Diego or the Oregon coast, head on over there, check things out, get yourself on the reserve list. It's like saving your place in line. So when the invites go out, they go out in the order of folks that have signed up on the reserve list. Hope to see you on one of the workshops. So today is the range masks in Lightroom. I've been meaning to do a video on this for a while now. So I find that I'm using them more and more to more quickly target different areas of photos to do, localized adjustments for, radial gradients or things like that. And this photo I did at Dante's View was one example of that. And so I've got a radial gradient. What I wanted to do is I wanted to get this hill back here in better shape. I'm going to delete that gradient. And you can see it was very washed out and it was, soft, hazy, not enough contrast in there. And so with the radial gradient, you can see I did a contrast adjustment, I did clarity, I added a little bit of sharpness. I actually want to take the sharpness off, add a little bit of dehaze on that one. And we'll just kind of drag this thing over here, position it, and then fade that out kind of there. So make sure I'm covering the entirety of the area I want to get. We'll hit that little invert button. So now we're targeting the adjustment here and not to the rest of the scene. I'll probably pull that feather back some too. Now that's hitting everywhere here. So if I hover over this, we can see what the mask is doing. It's bleeding up into the sky, and yeah, that's not what I want. I want to have this a little more targeted. Now I could use the brushes and go clean things up and use the auto mask so I have edge detection, but these range masks, which are right down here, are just fantastic. And for this one, luminance will work well because I have a very good bright area versus dark area. And so I'm going to turn on Show Selected Mask here at the bottom so we can see this. And then as I start to pull in from the right side, saying don't affect the highlights, you'll see that mask start to disappear from the sky. And then I can adjust the smoothness too. If we're going to make that nice and tight, you can see this, we're really getting nice along that edge there. And what's nice about these range masks is as it fades to the edge here, it starts to get very natural. These are luminosity masks, and so it's smoothing things out. And in the end, we have, what's a very nice, natural-looking result. And maybe I'll even push up contrast a little bit more on that. And it feels like it's got a bit of a color cast. We can start to play with the tools there and make them either green or more magenta, or maybe warm it up a little bit. You have a whole variety of things that we can do here, and actually a little warmth is helping that out tremendously. Maybe even taking a bit of the red tint off of it ever so gently. Yeah, that looks a lot better. And so these range masks are really good. There's other ones for color as well. I haven't used those as often, and I don't think it's because they're poor. Just I haven't had as many needs for those. I tend to work more in the luminance tones than in the color tones. Well, the tip of the week is, of course, range masks, but one step further is if you're just starting to work with them visually. Turn on the mask overlay, and then work the sliders in that range mask to either tighten it up or change the smoothness. And just think about what is the area of the photo I want to affect. And if that's what has that red overlay on it, then that's great. And if you choose the wrong edge of the slider, or the smoothness goes in a different direction that doesn't look right, well, that's why you're working visually. You just pull it back until things look good on the screen, and then you're good to go. And that'll do it for this week's In Post. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, please let me know somehow. Comments on the video below. Questions, love getting your photo questions. If you got a question about photography in general, it can be camera work, it can be post-processing work, tools, gear, whatever it might be, I'll do my very best to give you an answer in a day or two. And I might use your idea for a future in-field or in-post video, because those questions really do fuel some of the ideas behind the show. Well, until next time, my name is Scott Davenport, and happy shooting.